Awesome date. September 13th, 2010. Awesome topic. Well, bad news, guys. The only two people who could ever be our fans of this podcast have developed taste.
Ah, hell. Who needs them?
We'll just keep playing to your cat.
You don't have a cat.
This is the OSMcast.
Baseline of Final Fantasy 2.
Actually, it's Final Fantasy 4.
Yeah, did you notice in the movie, I think it was actually 4.
Yeah, it was.
It was 4. Yeah,
it's American,
but it's
probably
American.
Canadian, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Scott Pilgrim.
Welcome to the OSMcast. This time, make it awesome. I'm Basil.
I'm Eric.
I'm Lee.
I'm Kevin.
And that's us. We've got a big show for you today.
Welcome to the big show.
That just went over most of our listeners' heads.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, whoosh.
It's okay, apparently so the movie we're talking about. Anyways, boom.
You should go see it.
We've got a lot of stuff for today. We've got many moments of awesome. And then we're going to talk all about old SCOTT Pilgrim. Movie, the books, the video game. We've done it all. We've seen everything. We've seen it all. But first, information. We have a podcast. You're listening to it. That podcast has a website, OSMcast.com. You should go there. Check out the Index of Awesome. You should leave us comments. You should email us at awesomecast@gmail.com. There's also a voicemail. No one ever uses that. But it's there if you want to.
Be the first.
Actually, I've made prank calls on it, so I'm the first.
You don't care.
You don't count you're on the OSMcast.
Oh,
It's
man.
true.
I need to make more prank calls.
I signed up for some spam lists.
Sorry. Yeah.
He has it because I haven't gotten any. But we also have a contest.
Oh, really? This
We
is news
could.
to me.
Yes.
You were the one that suggested it,
Yeah, I
Kevin.
did. I have secured, because out of gimmies that are actually a week late, a Metroid Other M poster. I hate Metroid Other M. I hate it a lot. You should write in and tell us how awful it is and how bad you think it is, or attempt to defend it.
Well,
And
if you think it's awful, why would you want a poster?
I don't know, burn it.
In effigy?
Okay, yeah, here it is. If you win because you like Metroid Other M and you defend it, we'll give you the poster. If you win because you hate Metroid Other M, we'll burn the poster and send you its ashes.
Wouldn't it be much more satisfying for them to burn it themselves?
Damn it, Lee! Why must you ruin all of my solutions?
What if we film ourselves burning it, then send them a digital file and the ashes?
Wait, if you hate Metroid Other M, can I have your copy?
no, for completeness' sake. Because I love Metroid. I hate Metroid Other M.
Well, there you go. So, awesomecast@gmail.com. Tell us about Metroid. Something might happen to you. And it reminds me, I need to send those Dragon Ball Z posters that I've got. Well, the Dragon Ball the movie posters that I never
Yes.
gave away. You know, the people who want them live near us.
Alternately, if
Do
you
we know them?
Yeah, it's Cleveland and Victor.
Ah.
Cleveland Brown. We know Cleveland Brown.
No, it's
Yeah.
Jason.
Brown.
Like, his actual name is, his internet name is like Sevian, but I pronounce it Cleveland.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and like a good host.
I thought it was Kelvin.
And like a good host, you keep always mispronouncing things after you've done it once because it's funny.
Or I'm lazy.
It's consistency.
Consistency.
That's right.
rules.
If he's listening now, I hope he started his webcomic because he said he was going to start a webcomic and he hasn't. Then he
Yeah.
needs to man up and start a webcomic.
I hope he's still listening at this point after
Yeah, after this conversation,
After we've called him Cleveland McBrown or whatever you called him.
So, but for consistency's sake, if you have consistently listened to us, like normal people do, you would notice that this is the Monday of this release, right before AWA.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got 2 panels at AWA that you should go to if you're listening and are going to be AWA.
I know I'll be there.
And Kevin. Kevin will be there.
I will
wish
be.
I was there.
I thought we were giving them reasons to go to AWA, not reasons to avoid
Maybe
AWA.
that Kevin is a reason you'd want to go to AWA. Maybe you want some really intellectual talk about Super Robot Wars and Kamen Rider. Did you ever think about that? No, you don't think about anything.
If you're a cute girl cosplaying as Puru,
what if
please
you're a
come
girl?
and talk to Kevin.
What if you're a female girl aged 9 to 14?
They're safe because my directive is to protect the lollies at all costs, even from myself.
And if you're a female, ages 21 to 35, come talk to me.
Or me. Not discriminating.
Just putting it out there.
Just putting it out
Putting it out there.
Just saying, you know.
Just fucking putting it out there.
I'm married.
And we all hate you, Lee. Anyways.
Well, he's married to me, so...
Man, I don't remember that.
Well, we gotta tell you, me and Sue switched some documents. She thought it would be hot.
Can you spoon on your right side?
No, and I've got some cushions, just like she
it's
does.
that typo
so.
in Proposition 8. You're the man, he's the wolf man.
Oh. Is that
I'm the wolf man?
Yeah,
So
sorry.
anyways, panels. First off, me and Drew from Akihabara Renditions will be doing the English Jamboree. It's going to be a video clip show all about English. It's going to be fun. And then we're also doing Eddie Boy's Wide World of Sports anime,
Ugh.
where we talk to you how Eric's opinion is wrong.
Yeah, we're a couple of out-of-shape white guys. Time to talk about sports. Japanese cartoon sports. Desu touchdown!
In your context, they
fucked up.
actually
Sorry.
seem like the ideal people to talk
I know, exactly. In that context, you guys win. Like, I cannot think of 2 people more I would rather... do we have any more AWA things?
That was pretty... I mean,
It's just-
I'm sure I'll be crashing the podcast panel, but...
Speaking of the Akihabara Renditions guys, apparently, according to star reporter Barry, who went to Dragon Con, they ran a panel, some kind of clip show panel, I think, at Dragon Con. It wasn't anime related. And apparently at the very end of it, there were just like 4 people that ran cons left in Barry. It was like somebody who ran MomoCon, somebody that ran AWA, they're the Station Con guys, and someone else. It was some other con at Barry. And so Mark goes like, "So, you're the guys who are left after we cleared the room?" And Barry's like, "Yeah. Who wants some alcohol?" Ching! Like...
That sounds like them, yeah.
So, guys, whenever you go to one of the Akihabara or Dispersion Marks panels, remember, stay after the credits. There's always a special scene of getting drunk.
It was a shame that it was Barry that stumbled upon this. You know, one person who doesn't consume alcohol.
He consumed some there. You don't hang out with Mark for long and not drink alcohol.
No, I'm like one of the least drinkers, and I'll very often go, "Okay, Mark, make me something."
Yeah, it's like he took the red pill, if you know what I mean, and the red pill is Skittle Brow.
Man, but shoot, whatever.
Oh God, I love the Skittles stuff.
Exactly.
At Station Con, the drinks had already happened when the panel started.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
they run that con. That's a little different. Apparently, they really ticked their roommate off because they took the party to the hotel room where she was sleeping naked and did not want to be woken up by 10 drunk people going to run a party. But there you
Isn't
go.
that how it always is, though?
And so, I'm sure events much like this will happen again at Anime Week in Atlanta.
That's right.
I'll be sad that I'll miss.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, that's a shame.
Sadly,
It's going to be fun times.
I really wanted to be on that podcast. Like, I'm really sad I can't.
We'll get
go.
to meet our fan.
I more wanted to get back at them last year for 2 years ago making fun of my fedora. I'm just saying. Fuck you guys from AWO. Fedoras are awesome.
Hey, but now you got your hipster hat,
That's right. That's right.
which makes you qualified to be on this podcast
On this
for this
podcast.
subject.
That's right, because
Am I
this is
qualified to be
fucking hipster.
I'm not a hipster.
Or maybe you are a hipster and you just didn't know it.
No, Kevin's not a hipster.
That's true.
Really. Yeah. But I love Scott Pilgrim.
Speaking of things that we love,
Would you like Scott Pilgrim for one panel in Volume 4?
That's not the only reason I like it.
but before we talk about that, other things that we like, a moment of awesome.
It's a moment of
Awesome! Sorry.
Fuck you, Lee.
Make me wait.
All right.
But I will make you start it off.
Suze, if you're listening to this, you heard the directive. Make them do it.
Well, yeah, that's awkward.
It's like hypnotism. They go back and forth, and then suddenly you just do whatever she says.
The closest thing I have a moment of awesome is I downloaded Oregon Trail off the DSi shop.
Yes.
Really?
Because I have fond memories of playing that at school when I was supposed to be doing other things. Or
They have it on DSi now? No.
Oh, well,
Fuck, Oregon Trail's on everything. I'm sure there's TI-85 calculators with versions of the Oregon Trail.
Well, this is like a newer remake of Oregon Trail.
yeah,
right?
they have cute little character graphics and all
fuck
this.
that.
It's still pretty hardcore. But no, actually, I have to take it back. It's not nearly as hardcore as the old ones where you can't hunt whenever you want and you can't have as many status details on your party. It's kind of scaled down quite a bit. It's still fun, but
You died of dysentery.
you can still die of dysentery.
Woohoo!
And you can now choose the gender of your children.
I choose you, female Jew.
Pretty much.
But can you be a transsexual Ewok jester?
God, you people will never be happy, will you? They
Hey,
can
if
be
I'm playing
male
Ultima
and they can be
3, I
female.
can be.
Well, that's because Ultima 3 was different.
Very different.
Very different.
It's an Ultimate game for one.
Yes.
And the funny thing about the DSi shop is you have to wade through a sea of shit, but there's actually some smatterings of almost goodness.
There it is.
Well, that's the...
I wish there was a way to sync up my Wii console profile with my DSi in some way so I could actually share my points and have to buy them separately.
I believe there's a way.
No, there's not.
There's not?
No, you can only buy points for the DSiWare or for the Wii. It doesn't cross.
Yeah, so I've got to be pretty sure I want to get something for DSi before I, buy any points for it.
I read at least 2 reviews on it and do thorough. I look at screenshots, do all that shit.
Well, that's the App Store problem. I mean, it's like the Droid or the iPhone or anything that's got apps in existence or the DSi. It's like it's a sea of crap, but with a lot of cool stuff in it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
There's pieces of nuggets of corn in that crap somewhere.
Yes.
And eventually we're getting Shantae, so that makes it all okay.
For real?
Yeah.
They're putting that out?
Yeah, they're doing a whole brand new Shantae game. It's being made for DSiWare.
Okay, I'll buy the shit out of that.
Reminds me, I need to want you to pick up my copy of Batman Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, that trailer got you, didn't it?
Oh, I reserved a day when I heard Way Forward's doing a Batman game,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's 2D graphics. Okay. I mean, that was all I needed to hear.
I kind of just panned it by reflex. It might
No,
actually
it's
be
the
good.
guys who made Boy and His Blob and Contra 4.
And
They
even
made a
if
Batman
way
game.
forward, I'd give it a try just because.
I might have to take a look at that. Yeah, I might have to
Like-
research that a little.
It looks good.
It has the Blue
the
Beetle?
Wii version.
Yes, it does.
It has
It's
the
like
Blue
actual-
Beetle in
Yes,
it?
it
Yes.
has the Blue Beetle.
The good Blue Beetle. Well, depends on your
The
opinion.
Silver Age Blue Beetle, I thought.
No, it's the new Blue Beetle.
Which one's the new Blue Beetle?
The newest one.
It's the one in the armor? The one in the giant blue armor? That's the newest one.
Well, the bluish
Yellow
one.
goggles?
No.
He's not an inventor guy?
No, it's not the classic Blue Beetle.
That's
well,
not- that's not the
Golden Age.
classic
The
Blue
middle
Beetle.
blue. It's not the middle Blue Beetle. The
Which
one who's
is-
Booster Gold's pal.
Yeah,
It-
okay.
It's the one after him.
Okay, yes. Okay. But to say, that's
I-
not the classic Blue Beetle.
Yeah,
The
classic Blue Beetle. Although that Blue Beetle is using the gadget of the magic thingy of the original Blue Beetle, but yeah. But I don't. Despite saying any of this stuff, I don't really read that many comic books. I just kind of keep randomly abreast of things.
It has Batmite in it. I don't know how it could be bad.
Holy shit.
If you own the Wii version and the DS version, you can play as Batman in the game.
Yeah.
You have to buy them both to get it?
Yes.
Well, it's interesting to try and do some
It's
connectivity,
because
though.
it's 2-player co-op,
Mm-hmm.
but if you have a DS, you can actually wireless sync up using the game and the DS, and you use the DS cartridge, and you actually play as Batmite, and you actually control Batmite using the touchscreen. You make him drop things and
Wow.
stuff as a third player.
So, yeah.
So there you go.
Oops.
Whose turn is it?
I don't know.
Yes, Kevin. You.
I guess me. Yeah, I guess I've already said Other M sucks, and that's not really a moment of awesome. So, yeah, Valkyria Chronicles 2. Let's go with another game. Because we always just talk about games. Well, not always, but... if you played Valkyria Chronicles 1, it's more of the same, but that's not a bad thing. If you've not played Valkyria Chronicles 1, it's a turn-based strategic game in a very, very alternate World War II. Like magic rocks and, powered armored guys and weirdness. Magic Nordic chicks.
In fact, it's so alternate that I was reading a magazine article on it, and it failed to mention anything about World War II. It was just like...
Yeah, it's like, so it just happens, the continent looks like, Europe. And it's set in 1937.
Name this continent Asia!
Well, I mean, like, the countries have different names.
Yeah, the countries have different names. Like, I'm still not sure what Gallia is even supposed to be on the map. I sort of think it's Belgium. You're in Belgium. But it's fun. It kind of adopts also sort of a school life aspect similar to kind of Persona 3 or 4. And there's lots of characters whose personalities develop over a long-term period. And it's kind of cool.
I hear that they can't wage as big of battles as...
No, you can't. Instead of being one big map, it's usually multiple maps that when you reach a point, you can cross over to another map, and there's more stuff going on. And you sometimes have multiple people on multiple maps. You also can deploy less units at once in the PS3, but it works out.
It's a PSP game.
It's actually fairly easy to swap soldiers out and then deploy a different soldier. You actually have a large pool to pick from. It's just you just don't have that many on the field at once.
Now, the first game was on PS3.
Yes.
This one's on PSP.
Yes.
How do the graphics compare?
Well, obviously, it's not as good as the PS3. It still looks pretty good. It looks pretty good for a PSP title, I think. And it's got some nice... got a few nice animated sequences I've run into, and the in-between shot is mostly kind of visual novel style with like character face portraits and text. Although they do occasionally have some little animation to the text boxes and voice clips that pop in. It's not fully voiced, but it doesn't have to be to keep me happy. So yeah. And one day, the mail will deliver Kingdom Hearts, and then I'll find out if that's any good.
Oh, here it is.
That's what we all hear.
That's what we all hear. Just none of us know.
Yeah, well, Kingdom Hearts 2 got good reviews too, guys, so it's kind of,
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Kingdom Hearts 2 is not good, so...
What is good? E7. As we continue off this game kick. Another game for the PSP. Go figure. It's rare for the PSP to have all the good games as
well, PSP has good RPGs and strategy titles. Of course, so does the DS. But,
Well, here the trick is that the PSP actually sort of now occupies sort of the Saturn niche, where all the, because of the whole development costs of developing for next-gen systems, the Japanese developers can't afford it or don't quite know how to make use of all those fancy graphics and all the art that it requires to make it. So they're trying to find other ways, which makes either a Wii game or a DS game. And thanks to Monster Hunter, PSP is a really popular platform in Japan. And so everyone's trying to rip off Monster Hunter in various ways and means. And so it's actually a good scene in Japan for PSP. Just crap here.
Yeah, in my store we got 6 PSP titles at a time, ever.
And so I've been playing the newest E7. It's interesting that Falcom actually developed this for the PSP specifically. Normally they're a PC developer. They might be the only PC developer. I don't know. That's where they make action RPGs that play like console games on the PC. But this time they actually developed it for the PSP, and oh man, does it show. It looks good. It plays awesome. There's almost no load times, which is a very stark contrast to Ark of the Naptism.
Oh my god, the load times on that. But it was a pretty good game.
This one, the story is blah, but it's an easy game. The stories are always blah.
But the characters are usually pretty interesting.
Yeah, it pretty much throws you every single cliche there is in the book.
Mm.
They sort of tick off the list as they go through the game. But that's okay, I don't care, because it's really fun to whack at things and watch them explode into items that you pick up.
Mm-hmm.
When does that ever
and this one is actually, you're not just playing as Adol, you have a party of 3 people, and as their cast grows, you get to switch them out. So actually, it almost feels kind of like one Secret of Mana, but without having a chance to do co-op. because each of the weapons play differently. You have special attacks. You upgrade your weapons as you go through the game. It's a lot of fun.
I'm going to have to get that game.
All right, bring us home, Eric. Bring us home.
Let's see. What am I doing this week? It's awesome. Mostly reading on the plague, or the last great plague of London in 1665. A lot of primary source material from people that were like, "Oh my fucking god, the plague! We all gonna die." Yeah.
I don't think you've ever discovered you're reuniting with your one true love,
Kingdom Hearts?
T-Hawk.
Oh, I don't want to talk about playing T-Hawk on here. I'm trying to think.
But you're playing a lot more Street Fighter 4 than you used to.
I've been playing a ton of Street Fighter 4 because I've actually found a character I'm decent at, which is T-Hawk. Lol, as chance will now be going. I can't really think of anything. That's pretty much it. I've been playing Street Fighter 4, reading about the plague. I think the only thing that would have been awesome was Kingdom Hearts, and I haven't picked it up yet. So I am unfortunately,
Grasshoppers.
You know,
There were a shitload of grasshoppers on the windows at Walmart today. It was cool.
And I should have made my moment of awesome. Shadow the Vampire. I saw that movie. It was awesome. I'll talk about it later.
It is an awesome movie. But yes.
Let's say I could also go talk about watching Mad Men, but
Penny Arcade is coming out with a new webcomic, or rather, Scott Kurtz of Penny Arcade. It looks to me like Scott Kurtz of Penny Arcade and Tycho of Penny Arcade are.
You mean Scott Kurtz of PvP? And
Sorry,
Tycho.
PvP of Tycho of Penny Arcade are crazy. Like, they're talking like all three of them are writing it, and Gabe helped in the art design, and I'm sure there was some talk and some stuff going there, but it looks like to me what's going on is that Kurtz draws faster than Gabe does, I think, and I don't know. It just seems like he can do more projects. He's always done side comics, you know, Captain Amazing, Tales by Tavern Light, Planet Couch, the PvP game strip or whatever they were, Game Spy comics. So I think that it's basically him and Tycho working together. And I'm sure Gabe's going to have input on it too, but it just seems that's what it looks like to me. And so it's called The Trenches, and it's about game testing office.
Yeah, it pretty much seems like it's like going to be like The Office as a webcomic, but about game testers.
Yeah.
That may be awesome.
It looks like, and me and Basil were actually kind of talking about this, like they're going back to the PvP roots. Like at first we kind of looked at it, and it was like, well, these characters all look like they have analogs in PvP, and it looks like, okay, the Tycho is going to write PvP now. But the more you look at it, the more you think, well, but PvP hasn't actually done video game and office humor in like 6-7 years. I mean,
like really, really actual office
humor. I mean, the last time it's been mostly 90s sitcom for the last half a decade. So you know, I could see that getting back to that kind of style of humor. And
is she going to keep PvP going?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure like you said, he can do multiple things.
Yeah, he can do multiple things, and I'm sure part of the problem too is that Tycho wants stuff to write. I mean, it was like you know, they quit doing the Rain Slick Precipice of Darkness stuff because Gabe hated doing video games.
So now all I'll do is Tycho's just writing it all out.
So now Tycho's just writing it all out because Tycho loved it. I mean, they had an interview where they were like, what did you think of the process? And Gabe went, I hated it, and Tycho went, I loved it. So it's one of those things where I think Tycho just wants more things to do. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of why I feel that it's probably more Tycho and Kurtz's project than it is Gabe, Tycho, and Kurtz's project. But I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not there in the office. I'm not watching them do it. So,
but it's interesting to see how it turns out.
Turns out, yeah. Looks pretty neat to me. Though, again, I'm just hoping it doesn't become PvP refresh, you know?
Well, because Tycho's in it, that has to engage.
Yeah,
so involved in some capacity. I'm sure they have to be, you know.
Well, that's always
change
been.
Things up.
They've always wanted to do not a retail or business related humor strip too, because they were always talking about doing one called Retails. That would have been a retail based strip, and I'm sure this is a similar outlet where they're trying to do.
And there's been other like side projects they've tried to launch before, and it's never happened.
Never happened.
So.
Yeah. What is it? Over Easy? What was the name of that?
That was the action one.
The action one, yeah, the Action Penny Arcade.
The one that was a Charlotte's Gamer Girl that they never. This says would be an eventual product, never happened.
Never happened. Yeah, that one that they said we got a new. Do you guys? I always seem to be the only guy who remembers this, but they used to say, hey, we've got this big secret thing coming, it's coming in a little while. And they posted an image, it was like a picture of a kid.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and it was like, and it's coming soon, and then they never talk about it again. The kid just, it vanished into the air, we never heard about it, so I get the feeling there's been several half-done schemes over at Penny Arcade.
Well, that's how you do it. Have anybody heard about Poker Night at the Inventory?
Was it Telltale?
Telltale. It's Telltale doing a game. It's the craziest. It's got Strong Bad, Tycho from Penny Arcade, Sam from Sam and Max, or is it Max from Sam and Max?
Is it the dog or the dog or the bunny?
It's the bunny. I get them mixed up. Max. That's Max, right?
Yeah.
And that big guy,
And the Heavy from Team Fortress 2.
Team Fortress 2.
And it's a poker game.
It's a poker game.
They're making a poker game, and those are the 4 characters you play.
What's it for?
PC.
And Tycho gave his permission for this?
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently, I don't know if it's
What's it
going to
called
have
again?
Poker Night at the Inventory. And see, the thing is it's going to be voiced. So I'm like, I've never heard Tycho voiced even in video games. So I wonder what they're going to do for that.
It's interesting. I wonder if they'll have Jerry do that, or if they'll
get an actor or something.
Yeah. I guess we'll see. I'm going to get it just on principle because it has Strong Bad and Tycho. I have to get it.
Definitely looks interesting. Because now we shall go into the main topic of tonight's festivities. Bryan Lee O'Malley's Scott Pilgrim. But first, a word from our sponsors. Or another podcast.
Anime. Japanese cartoons where giant robots protect us as we sleep. Samurai can fly. And little girls are more than just cute. Many podcasts have attempted to review such things, but once they're gone, where can we turn to?
I don't have time to f*** around.
Don't worry, guys. This round is on us.
Oh, yeah.
Introducing the Anime 3000 Bonus Round podcast, where an elite team of podcasters go above and beyond the Call of Duty to review anime right when you need it.
Wow! Incredible!
You can find the A3K bonus round on anime3000.com and on iTunes. Keeping the bar open for one last round, the bonus round.
And we've returned to talk about things.
Awesome things.
Quite possibly the most polarizing thing that's come out this year as far as geekdom goes.
Even movies or the comics? What do you like? When we talk about polarizing, because I don't think the comics are super polarizing.
Well, that's because the people who buy the comics are the audience. They know what they're getting into.
Exactly. Like I think with the comic books, if issue 1 had come out when the movie came out, I could see it being polarizing for the comics. But like, we're on volume 6. I mean, we're on volume 5 when the movie came out. I guess, or 6. Did 6 just come out?
It came out right before the
movie. So it's one of those things where
the movie I think is the real big polarizing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think the comic sort of comes along with the ride.
Besides, we're talking about both tonight, anyways, aren't we?
Yeah, we're talking about everything.
About all of it.
Okay.
Which is the property Scott Pilgrim by Bryan Lee O'Malley.
So books, movie, and video game, I assume.
Yes.
So you want to just take them one at a time and do them that way?
Sort of just do a general what is Scott Pilgrim,
and then move on to
the actual various mediums.
Who the hell is the
Pilgrim
Scott Pilgrim guy
is a
anyway?
video game fourth wall breaking own universe. Just break the fourth wall one time, like not in the movie, in the comic.
Think of a guy who's not that far off from a. Well, I don't want to say not that far off from a normal guy, but he lives in a
the
world.
furrowed brow. Sorry.
That, he's going after real world problems, but he lives in a video game world pretty much.
Yeah, like.
Well, he acts like he lives in a video game world. I mean, well, sort of. It's
a
weird.
It's even hard to define because it seems to shift between how far they're taking the video game metaphors. Between what's going on.
It is a very surreal universe that the Scott Pilgrim inhabits. It's got subspace. When you punch people, coins come out.
And maybe you might not find this entirely apt, but Scott Pilgrim is like the inverse of Watchmen. Watchmen is taking the superhero genre and bringing it down to what's arguably a somewhat realistic level. Scott Pilgrim is taking normal life and blowing it up to epic superheroics.
Yeah, I get that is that's a really good
yes.
that's a really good statement of what it is.
I mean, at its core, it's a it's a love story / action story.
Yeah, at its core, it's the most
that's-
basic story ever told.
Well, I mean, but it's dipped in a video game fan.
Yeah, exactly. Like everything is in a video game and indie rock.
Yeah, indie rock also plays a big part.
In fact, it plays a much bigger part in the comic books than it does in the movie.
Well, that's because indie rock.
Well, the trick is that
I'm told the references are there in the movie if you're looking for them. They're just more more in your face in the comic book than they are. That's what I.
Well, I mean, Bryan O'Malley. I mean, he used to he's grown up playing NES, Super Nintendo, all the video games that we've all played. So it's made a huge effect on his life. He's done the indie rock scene. He's also a musician. That has played in a band. I mean, so these are very big influences on his life, and so it shows through in the comic.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, I mean, when you actually just talk about the story of Scott Pilgrim, and you take away all the bells and whistles, it's the most basic, hero's journey, gets the girl story in existence. I mean, it's what it is.
Boy meets girl.
It's a boy meets girl.
Obstacle between boy and girl presents itself. Boy must surmount obstacle.
Must surmount obstacle. And what makes it crazy and weird, and I think awesome, is like you said, this guy has taken all these influences of his life, and like Kevin said, blown everything up with using that lens of video games and nerd culture and indie rock and it's amazing that it exists. I mean, just something that like that could make it out and much less get a big movie.
Yeah, and it really talks to people who are into that sort of thing. I know it does me. It goes, wow, you're connecting with me in a way Medium really just doesn't do, because you're taking this stuff, this nerd-centric stuff, and blowing it up to where it's just in your face, just an explosion going, holy shit, he did just reference this, and this that we all love. And in a way that was just in the story right there in your face.
Like I heard a complaint where people all it does is just reference stuff, but the trick is it doesn't actually tell you that it's referencing anything.
Yeah, there are no clues to the references anywhere. You just got to know them.
You just know them,
and they're just visual motifs.
And that is what's so awesome is that it's like said, at least as it connects with anyone that grew up in I guess the same era that Bryan Lee O'Malley grew up in. I was reading Volume 1 in Atlanta. I bought Volume 1 in Atlanta, and my dad was like, "What are you reading?" And I said, "It's this is a comic book." And my dad reads comic books, yes. And he picked it up and started reading it. And he's like, "So he just punched the guy. And he turned into coins." It was actually during the very first boyfriend fight. And I was like, "Yeah, what the fuck? Why? What the fuck is that?" And I was like, "Well, when you kill someone in a video game, and it's like." And a light went on, and he just hadn't even made the connection. And that's the most basic, simple of all the references. I mean, everyone that our age is going to get that. Mm-hmm. But the point is, it illustrates that, like, it is so awesome that this is going right to the nerd and going, see this reference? I'm making a reference that you will only get. And I'm not wink, wink, nudge, nudge referencing. I mean,
it's
there's
just
shit in
there,
the background. There's shit, all over the place. And
there's so many people I talk to who get that Clash at Demon Head as a band name that's from a video game. Mm-hmm. But so is, Crash and the Boys.
Yeah.
It's a Cuneo game.
Yeah, Shatterband.
Just some of them are harder to figure out than others.
Well, the easy one's Sex Bomb because, Bombs. We all
Everybody
know
knows
Mario Brothers.
Yeah, I've played Clash of Demon Head. That's sort of cool.
I played it, and this reminded me of it, and I actually tracked down and got the NES cartridge, which I had only rented, so that's cool.
Yeah, it's just... I don't know, to me at least, that again, is exactly how I felt both the books and the movie, was just what Lee said, which is that, oh my god. It's not so much that it's super brilliant at what it's doing. I mean, it's good stuff, I'm not gonna lie. But just the fact that someone had the guts and they put it out, and
it sold
and did well, that this thing that's just a giant nerd reference.
Somebody hey, I want to make a movie out of that.
And don't get us wrong, there is an amazing story underneath that would still run if you ripped out all the nerd references. It's just that those color it so much that it makes us just there are different films of different genres that touch different people in different ways, and different books and just like that. But to have something so centered on 80s plus, nerddom.
More 90s, but
Well, okay, 85, 90, I don't know. I don't care.
I give. Yeah,
You get what I'm saying. To have something that touches people that grew up with these references so much.
If you're like between me and my, just almost, very in early 30s, and I don't know, Eric. I think are you really the young? I think you're the youngest one here, Eric.
I'm 26. How old
27.
Yeah, so if you're like, grew up in that time frame, this movie's probably going to really talk to you.
The secret actual age bracket for this is 25 to 35. To get most out of it that you don't realize.
Which is interesting, because I really, in my heart of hearts, believe that the only reason this got a movie is because the people who were selling this movie, I think that was Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
I think that he is a child of the same age we are. And he was
Roughly,
and he was really like, this is awesome, we got to do this. But I think the reason they were able to sell it is because I think they went to him and said, look, all the little kids that go to Hot Topic and wear Roots shirts, so go watch this movie. But it was so referential to stuff from the 90s and stuff where you actually had to be there that they didn't. It was like this secret submarine movie that was for our age group that they sold it as a movie that was for a younger age group. And I think that's hilarious.
That perhaps may be the root of its relatively poor box office.
I really think that's sort of its poor box office. Because the biggest free markets are all the really young the teenagers where they're trying to tap. It's what their marketing was obviously done for. The only real thing that I ever saw that might have been to someone our age was the one where it said it's on Donkey Kong. And I'm like, I guess younger people would get that. Not that they wouldn't know what Donkey Kong is, but that's not a phrase they made up. You know what I mean? And so...
And I think a real problem with the box office results, I think the way that happened is there are two kind of people that are only kind of fit in the Venn diagram of the target audience. There's the people who can really get into the love story and the whole story behind it, but just everything else goes over their heads. And then there are some younger people who love the video game stuff, but can't get behind any of the relationship stuff. And so I think there's a big contingency of folks who fall by the wayside because you kind of have to coincide a little bit, or at least be open-minded to see the other side of both of that.
Plus that main character. What's that man's name? The actor that played?
Sarah.
Yeah, he puts off a lot of people.
Yeah, one of their biggest problem is that, like I said, it was a secret 25-year-old movie. But the 25 to 35-year-old market hates Michael Cera.
Because he's played the same whiny douche guy.
I have to say, I generally don't like him, but I liked him in this movie.
This movie
he plays a different guy in this movie than he normally seems to play.
I really believe he plays a different guy in this movie. And I think he did in Zombieland, too. I think Zombieland and this movie were
I need to actually see Zombieland. But, yeah, that's...
he played a much tougher character than he usually does.
Yeah.
Though they did leave out the best line in all of Volume 1, which is, don't they know that Scott's the best fighter in all of was it Toronto?
In the
province.
In the whole province, and, that is one of my favorite lines ever. It's just, this guy starts beating up this other guy, and suddenly, don't they know this random guy's the best fighter in the province? Bam!
But, I think Edgar Wright and Bryan O'Malley knew what they were doing when they pitched the movie and got this movie made. Because, they knew that while a movie would be best served to be in two movies, they're only getting one, so they only made one.
Yeah, exactly. They're only getting one. That Joss Whedon did with Firefly, where it would be better as a trilogy, but we can't do a trilogy, so it's all going in one film.
And Serenity and Firefly, this is now, because it did so bad, the nerds that really liked it are now turning into a crazy cult following.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully they can make up their losses.
Yeah.
And even if they don't...
This DVD's going to do well. You mark my words, this DVD
it's
will
going
do
to
well.
find its audience
it's going to
on
have
DVD.
legs.
Yeah,
I'm going to buy it on day one.
I'll Blu-ray on day one, because I don't buy a lot of Blu-rays. Me and Basil will constantly have this argument, but I will buy... This is a pretty film, and I will buy this on Blu-ray.
Yeah, this is something that... The movie is going to be good on Blu-ray.
I think that... or do you have something more to say on the subject?
Well, I think it's because, we'll get into it, but I think it was overall a good movie, a very good, well-done movie.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that it did not get its just rewards, as it were, because very few people, considering didn't see it, that's now making people want to make it into an actual cult classic. It's going to be a cult classic, and it's not being engineered to be a cult classic like, say, Repo, Shattuck Opera. Which it really feels like when the guys made that, they made it for the very specific intention to try and manufacture a cult classic.
Yeah, but Repo Genetic Opera is still pretty cool. But we'll let that slide.
Well, that's irrelevant. But there's I've seen it. There's just a veil of
I understand
falseness
what you mean,
to it because they're trying to be Rocky Horror.
True, and it's not as good as Rocky Horror. It's not even as good as Evil Dead the musical, but it has Anthony Stewart Head, and that's all that really matters.
So does Merlin.
Yeah, and yet I don't like Merlin that much. Oh well, my own logic fails me.
But it's just and hopefully I hope to God we do not see Scott Pilgrim shadow casts, because I'm sorry for anyone who likes shadow casts. That's the stupidest idea ever.
I am unfamiliar with what you're talking about.
Oh, it's where they play the movie, but then they get people in costumes to act out the parts, but not. They don't say anything. They don't actually act.
Oh, they
just pantomime the characters in front of the movie while the movie's playing.
I have not understood why.
Yeah, that's really stupid.
Why is that popular?
I'm going on. I'm like taking a risk, going on the floor right now and saying that's stupid, guys. Get a life.
Like I can understand if say they wanted to stage their own musical, where they actually, some of the parts that actually did it as a musical.
Scott Pilgrim would actually probably lend itself well to being a musical.
Well, that's because, I forget where I read it, but someone pointed out that they built the movie like it was a musical, but instead of musical scenes, they're fight scenes.
Yeah, Edgar Wright, I think, says that in one of the little random something they had on the website.
But I think that, we're getting into a lot of good stuff, but we've still not answered the question of what Scott Pilgrim really is, as far as the base storyline and everything.
Well, it's really simple. Boy meets girl. Boy falls in love with girl. Boy must defeat the 7 evil exes to be able to actually be with this girl.
And it's kind of the...
Comedy ensues.
The continuing story of him and his group of friends and just people he knows and on and on.
Now, there are other, wrinkles to it. Like, for example, he starts off, he's dating a high schooler.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, holy crap, Scott, you're in your mid-early 20s.
Yeah, he's 23, I think, at the start. And, yeah, he's dating, like, a high school girl.
A 17-year-old girl. And everyone's like, dude, that's creepy.
Especially Kim Pine, who is an ex of his, goes, poof, die.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
Scott. Yes.
And there's that. And then there's other interplay with, Scott also has his own set of exes that he has to deal with, and other characters that come forth. And the tricks to it is that there's no remote perfect character in all this. They're all pretty screwed up.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I've heard people say that they like or hate this movie based on, at first, the movie doesn't build Scott up like he's the best guy ever. He's obviously dating a high schooler, and he does a lot of things that are pretty douchebag behavior, but it's a journey for him.
Well, the trick is that Scott's a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
Scott is a straight up douche nozzle.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes so are you, and so are your friends. Think about it.
And so, and honestly, it's a lot of it is the story, depending on how it plays out, is more or less him realizing that, oh wait,
I'm a bit of a douche a lot of the time.
Bit of a jerk. Maybe I should try being less jerky. That might be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And really, Scott has a journey of personal growth. Actually, a lot of pretty much, especially in the comic, the whole cast has a lot of personal growth.
Well, yeah, because they have time to actually. it's 6 graphic novels.
Well, yeah, the comic is 6 graphic novels. I think in story time, it's over a year of actual time.
Right, where in the movie it's like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, at most, you feel like a couple of weeks has gone by.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, one of the problems with the movie is that it more or less dumps the entire side cast. Except for more just choice appearances. You don't get any growth.
They're like little cameos.
Yeah, for having just under 2 hours and trying to adapt 6 volumes of a comic book series, it was an incredible job.
Well, you can't help but do that. You can't, you couldn't cram all that in there. It's impossible. They made the right choices cutting how they cut it. But the fact remains, they still cut it.
Correct.
And because of that, the graphic novel shines more than the movie.
As always, you rarely have an adaptation of book to movie where the movie is better. That almost never happens.
Yeah, you have to give the movie its props. It is an incredible job, but the books are better. But you have more space. You've got 6 volumes to work with and an actual ending, rather than 5.5 or whatever they had while they were filming
Well, no, they had. I mean,
Did they know the ending?
They knew the ending.
Okay.
They did have to reshoot
They
their
have to
ending.
reshoot their ending. Yeah. So you've got, you got plenty of stuff here. It's not like plenty of room in the graphic novels. So.
And the visual way that they brought the graphic novels to life was pretty spectacular. Even though you can't say that it's better than the novels themselves, just the way they did everything and the flair that is it Edgar Wright? Is that his name?
Yeah.
The flair that he brought to this whole project, and I think a lot of the timing in this is
The movie
key
got
on him.
The movie's got crazy visual punch.
I really
Crazy
feel
visual punch.
the Scott Pilgrim movie, and no hyperbole, I believe, has redefined the term bringing the comic to life.
Yeah, if there is ever a film that proved that Edgar Wright has his chops as a director,
It was Hot
it
Fuzz.
was Hot
Oh, wait.
Fuzz. But if there's ever... Well, the thing is that those Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead are not visually stunning films.
No,
I mean,
that's true.
even at the end of Hot Fuzz, when it goes all crazy action movie, that's not it's a Kevin Smith talking head film almost. And they're funny, they're hilarious, I love them.
It's got
But-
visual spots to it, but it's not like this.
Not
which
like
is a
this.
visual onslaught.
Well, Hot Fuzz, it's an odd British comedy that turns into a buddy cop action flick by the end.
Hot Fuzz is one of my favorite movies
It's an
ever.
awesome film.
It's-
Me
a
and
masterpiece.
Basil saw Hot Fuzz. We saw Hot Fuzz together, right?
Yes.
And that was one of the greatest experiences.
But this is a visually impressive film. Sound effects leap off the screen, motion lines glare, the things just appear. You see the things you see in comic books that you never see in a movie. You see the characters like happy emotion bubbles and
Guys, when they're peeing, you hear the Legend of Zelda fairy fountain music. I've mentioned that like 50 times to everyone. I don't care. I think it's the best fucking in-joke ever. Like, just the fountain
My
music.
favorite is the audio cue from Flash Gordon.
That was
near
pretty
the end of
good.
the movie.
That was
That
pretty
made me
good.
smile.
But I mean,
And the movie is apparently full of these, some of which I have not noticed.
Get a
but-
Life was a good one.
Yeah.
Even though that's in the commercials.
well, yeah, but that was also a better handling of. Actually, it was a better handle in the movie and how they handled it in the game.
In the game. Yeah.
I mean, or in the book.
Book,
sorry.
sorry.
In the book, it was like interesting. In the movie, it made more
it made,
sense.
More
it made
sense to the
timing. You
concept,
had
yeah.
timing go.
And I loved the game, like the continue, and then they let it run out, which it's not in the book, it's just in the movie.
Yeah.
I thought that was really awesome. Like that was a.
And
Of course, you can't do that in the book, but still, it was.
Edgar Wright got Bill Pope to do the cinematography for this movie, and I didn't really know who Bill Pope was until I started paying attention to him. This guy did Army of Darkness, Matrix, Spider-Man 2.
Okay, yeah, we're rocking some chops here.
Like, I mean, he also did the other two Matrix movies and Spider-Man 3. But I mean, this guy knows.
Well, there's nothing you can't say that Spider-Man
Can't fault
3.
the action
Yeah,
sequences.
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
The action sequences were awesome in all the Matrix movies, regardless of what you thought about the
but
plot.
this, I mean, Dark Man.
Yeah, there you
this
go.
Fucking Dark Man. Okay.
Like this man knows his cinematography,
And it shows.
And it shows.
When
in
this
movie.
film does an action sequence, it is incredible.
Incredible. Yeah.
And it is so much. If you play video games
I
ever in your life, it is so talking your language.
I love the. I just want to talk about. I love the guy's Scott's roommate. Wallace is one of the most awesome. What I love about Wallace is that he's almost obsequious in his homosexuality. I just want to like they treat it by not treating it. I mean, like he's there, and both of them occasionally make why don't you get up the place? Yeah, well, you're afraid I'm gonna get up the place, but at the same time. It's never like this big issue or something. It's just like, oh, he has an openly gay roommate that is sleeping with bunches of guys.
Who's also not flaming.
Yeah, he's not flaming. Yeah, exactly.
He is a normal guy, even kind of a bit of a deadpan snarker, but he's gay.
But he's gay, and he's just in there.
And he's like Scott. Well, he's closest thing to Scott has for a best friend, so,
I love when like Scott wakes up in the middle of the night, and then I can't ruin it. Go ahead.
But I think he's the one character that was perfect.
Perfect.
In both the movie
Boom,
and
yeah,
both.
just
Like,
like beautiful, mwah, mwah.
because at very times when I'm comparing the two, I'm thinking of the scenes that they did in the movie and the scenes they did in the comic. And Wallace was like, well, I like this one. Oh, wait, I also like how they did it this way. Oh wait, and there's also this one. Oh wait, I liked it this way over here
Yeah,
too.
usually there's a clear winner, but there's
Yeah.
no clear winner in vegan police in the movie are clearly better than
Yes.
vegan police in the comic.
Just because of the way you
The
can
vegan
do
police
it.
were amazing,
amazing in the movie.
Definitely the hot fuzz really showing through.
What was the other one that was better in the movie? The
Lucas Lee.
Lucas Lee. It's
The-
much better.
He's
So
much
how's he?
better.
He seems nice. That's cool.
Yeah,
Like,
that is one of my favorite
it's
things in
sort
the
of
movie.
the
It's
whole
awesome.
movie. It's like, so how you doing?
Like by far, his comic appearance was okay, but they really did a good job.
He
in the
really
movie.
did a good job in the movie. And there's stuff in the Knives is a much better character in the comic book than she is in the movie, in my opinion. Like,
I think Ramona's a better character in the comic
well,
book.
Ramona's, you actually can understand why Scott would be this desperate for her in the comic.
Like my biggest problem with the movie, personally, was that it felt like no one was smiling enough.
Yeah,
Because in this comic, everyone smiles
everyone's
all the
grinning.
time.
Yeah, like yeah.
Like,
You can't see what I'm doing.
Everyone has so much energy. Even when they're
Yeah.
depressed, they still have energy. You didn't
get that.
Didn't get that, and especially Ramona was very sad the entire time.
Yeah, I think Ramona.
Sorry.
I think Ramona, you connect more with why she's awesome in the comic book.
Well, there's no reason to like her in the movie. Like, it's the biggest flaw to me in the movie.
Mhm.
Is that there's no reason for Scott to like Ramona. There's no reason for anyone to like Ramona. Like, Scott's like, oh, she's really fucking hot. I like to bang her. And then dumps his girlfriend, who admittedly he's only going out with, I guess, because he's desperate to have a girlfriend.
Mhm.
You want
And
something simple.
Something simple, yeah.
Something no real responsibility or pressure.
But at the same time, in the movie, they don't really ever connect, other than on the "I'm staring into your eyes, and therefore I love you, Lee."
And he
Oh
does.
my!
Like, kind of level, you know?
And the whole you've been beaten up by one of my boyfriends. Let's talk about
Yeah.
it.
Now, part of that is to cram this of the movie. They've got to shove all these ex-boyfriends
True.
and girlfriends into this movie.
And in the comic, you definitely get a feel. They have a bit more.
Like the 30-second twins battle.
Well, I mean, they actually got to grow as a couple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
move in the comic. They don't ever do that in the movie. They move in together in the comic. You get little snippets of Ramona's life, what her life might have, things that might have gone in her life, and they kind of find they do have some interest in comics.
Yeah, the only time you hear about Ramona's past in the movie is, well, back when I was this kind of bitch, I used to hang out with this guy, and we used to do horrible things.
Mhm.
Then I
And
became
then
a different kind of
a
bitch and dumped him.
him.
And,
Yeah.
and you never get any of the fun, good stuff that sometimes seeps through of Ramona's character.
Now, I will say, the actress playing Ramona is very, very hot.
Mm-hmm.
One of the scene of her in only her underwear may be the scene of the year,
Mm-hmm.
but that's no reason to build a love story. And
Yes, that is true.
I guess that is the weakest point in the movie, but
Which is a shame.
I think
because I really like Ramona.
Unfortunately, it's one of the things where I think every character, except for like Wallace and Lucas Lee, almost every other character was.
well,
Actually, I think I might have liked Gideon better in the movie.
it's one of those things where you can just, to me, I can just superimpose it, though. It was one of those things where
Mhm.
where I wasn't, I have just brought up a very serious flaw for a movie, especially one with a simple story just about a love story.
mm-hmm.
But I didn't have any problem with it because I read the comic book, so it just kind of
Yeah.
filled in the gaps for the
Well,
real
for me, I
stuff.
watched the movie first. I read the comics afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I was Ramona does warm up as the movie does go along. She does get better.
She gets better, but she's still.
But yes, she's never as good as she is in the book. But
But
she
at
does.
one point, she has green hair. That automatically wins.
Anyways,
Kevin's
Yeah.
erection aside.
she does get better to the point where I can start seeing. Oh, okay, I can sort of see it now.
No,
Like-
never if just the movie alone to me. Like
I need
But,
to rewatch the movie.
Admittedly, after reading the book, so I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. Now.
well, that's why someone would want to go out with Ramona.
If they had given her more scenes that showed up some of her quirkiness that wasn't a negative
if
light,
she just let her
And-
smile more.
and this was about to
Yeah.
add, if they had, she always seemed so down in the movie. So
And man, poor, Steven Stills and Kim Pine.
yeah,
With nothing to do. Oh, it's so horrible because they're great characters.
Kim
It's
Pine and Steve.
Kim got nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's true.
And
It's so
Kim's
sad.
like one of the most important characters
Kim-
in
Yes,
the book.
in the whole
character.
thing. She's one of the. She is like the key to Scott Pilgrim's actual
Past.
character. And so, but again, it's one of those things where I guess to me the movie is. I treat this movie like I treat the Lord of the Rings movies, which is not to say these are better than those, but to me the Lord of the Rings movies are simply a clip show of someone who's created awesome scenes from the books. And every time they do something wrong or something that shouldn't be there, my brain just goes, shh, and static comes up, and I don't see it. And that's kind of how I see the Scott Pilgrim.
Well, see, the thing is stand alone, I think the movie kicks ass. And if it gets you into the comics when you haven't read them, then more power to it. Then you can read the comics, say, oh, this is better, and juxtapose your correct vision, or whatever you want to say it. But I think even as a movie, even if it doesn't quite reach the level and has some problems, it's still a damn fun ride.
Well, it's a fun ride, yeah. I think it's a fun movie without the comic books. I think with the comic books, this backstory, it's a good movie.
Like, I was definitely able to go into it without reading it, without any comics. Went in and came out happy.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, that was fun. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. You know, not best movie of the year. That's Inception. But, have you seen Inception yet? Okay, well, there you go.
I hear it is mind-blowing. I still haven't seen it.
I wouldn't say
Nor
it's
have I.
mind-blowing, but it's really good. But after reading the comic, it was kind of funny. Initially, I both appreciated the movie more and less. But now, after thinking about it, I do like the movie more than I did before.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like the books.
Yeah, great stuff.
And I have something to ask of y'all, now that I think about Kim Pine in particular. Did any of y'all catch the, on Cartoon Network, they animated a section of a book that part of the backstory where Scott is in high school. They actually animated it.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yes.
No, I know they did it. I just saying. Well, excuse me. Now I know they did it.
You can now find it on YouTube pretty easily. So it's
Like,
only
I saw it on the Cartoon Network website.
The Cartoon
so,
Network website has it up. It's the time period of, like, Scott in high school.
It was
where
sort of.
he
It
meets
was.
Lisa and Kim initially.
I gather it was meant to be in the movie, but then they decided they weren't going to have like Lisa in the movie at all, and then they decided to cut the rest for time, and it
was kind of a tie-in that Cartoon Network used to get people interested in it, and it's only like 3 or 6 minutes long or something.
Yeah.
It's not very.
It's not long at all.
It's short. It's short. It's cute. It's pretty much a panel for panel exact adaptation of that